teams have been painting our world purple, raising awareness, and doing fundraising during the weeks and months leading up to this event. And know that every ticket and balloon and hot dog you buy today helps the American Cancer Society and us to finish the fight. So, I want all of you to go around and make sure you buy a hot dog, buy a balloon, all that. It's all good stuff. So, we got everybody gathered around. We're getting here. All right, so to get us started, we have an invocation from Pastor Dwight Runquist from Zion Lutheran Church in Chisago City.
Merciful God, in whom we live and move and have our being, we give you our thanks and praise for the gift of life that you give to each of us. Every heartbeat, every breath we take, every moment of life we enjoy is an ongoing, gracious gift from you. Help us to live not with a sense of entitlement, but with a sense of your graciousness, never taking for granted this good gift of life, but instead using it to love, serve, comfort, heal, and encourage one another. May all the money raised here today be used to that good end. Bless these many volunteers. Keep them strong, healthy, and hopeful as they walk for others. Bless those cancer survivors who are with us this evening, whose own battle against this terrible disease inspires us. Give them continued health. Even as we celebrate their victories, our hearts are also heavy as we remember loved ones who didn't win that fight. Comfort, encourage, and strengthen everyone who grieves this day. Give us the faith to see that in your death, suffering and evil do not have the last word. Love has the last word. For the sake of this love, we are here. For the sake of this love, we will walk. And for the sake of this love, we will work until this disease can no longer claim another victim. With our hearts overflowing with love, we humbly pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Relay doesn't just happen. It takes a great deal of planning and the work of many dedicated volunteers who believe in this fight. Starting way back in February, members of the planning committee began meeting to put together all of the pieces that culminated in this wonderful celebration. The people you see among you in the red and blue colored shirts are the team captains and other committee members who helped make this happen. A special thank you to Nancy, who's not here anymore, our former co-chair, and Tina Krabby, who is somewhere around. Where's Tina? There she is, right in the front. Thank you, Tina, for stepping in when Nancy absconded. So we do appreciate it. All right, the list of all the planning committee members, by the way, is in your program. So hopefully you picked up a program at the info tent. Our event sponsors are loyal and generous supporters of our cause and this event. We thank them for their support and would like to call them up individually for recognition. Starting with the Forest Lake Lions. And here he comes. All right, so while he's coming up, in addition to their usual support of Relay, which is always great, a group of Forest Lake Lions and friends participated in the Polar Plunge this past winter, and they've also donated those funds, in addition to the rest of the funds, to Relay in the memory of their fellow Lion, Judy Javis, is that, say that right, who died last October. And I know Paul has a few words.
I am Paul Rignell, and I've been active with the Forest Lake Lions Club for coming up on 10 years. and I'm immediate past president of the club. And last February, down here when there was ice on the lake, I captained a team at the annual Winter Plunge. And we, including Lion Jason DeMoe standing to my right, we had 12 of us who raised more than $3,400 in pledges for the American Cancer Society. And we did choose ACS would receive our pledges in memory of Lion Judy Jabbas, who was a longtime Forest Lake resident and a good friend in the club. And we miss her. And we did it also in memory of others, including my mother, who we lost 3 years ago to cancer, and Lion Jason lost his father to cancer several years before that. We also did it in honor of club members and friends who have fought and won the battle themselves, including Lion L. Ewert. But we're proud to support the fight against cancer every year through ACS, and we're going to look forward to doing it in many years to come.
He was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin lymphoma in 2007. Craig was the master of ceremonies for the 8th annual Survivor Celebration, and he was also the 2012 Forest Lake Relay for Life honorary survivor. This November, he's going to celebrate 9 years being cancer-free. Craig and his wife Roxanne live in White Bear and have 3 grown children and 3 grandchildren. They are members of Hosanna Lutheran Church, and Craig spends his work hours as an environmental engineer in downtown Minneapolis, and he spends his volunteer hours in prison, which he'll explain if you want to know what the real story is. So I'd like to welcome Craig to the stage. Please help me welcome Craig Anderson.
I've got about 5 minutes. So in the next 5 minutes, you're going to get 2 things from me. 5 minutes, 2 things. First thing is a commercial. Second thing is a lesson. So we'll start with a commercial. And you can see it above my head. Tonight, as part of the relay, we're going to celebrate, remember, and fight back. Everything we do today, everything we do tonight, we get to do together as a community, as part of the relay community. This is a wacky bunch of people who are spending 12 hours out of their day, a beautiful day, remembering, celebrating, and fighting back. So let's celebrate. The Relay for Life does a good job of celebrating. We celebrate life, we celebrate our journeys as caregivers and survivors. We get hope, and the big hope is that one day cancer will be eliminated. Let's remember. The Relay for Life does a good job of remembering. We comfort our friends and loved ones during the Survivor's Lap. We get healing through our memories of people listed on our luminarias. For me, remembering and reflecting is the best part of the relay. I like walking my laps. I like remembering my journey and remembering that it was and still is my personal path to healing. And then let's fight back. The relay does a good job of fighting back as well. Through countless hours of fundraising, volunteering, and leadership, we've built and funded an army that's ready to fight back. All right, so that was a commercial. Now the lesson. When I prepared for tonight, I found that in my rough draft, this is the final, in my rough draft I used the word community 14 times. So it's got to be important. If I've learned one thing on my survivor journey, it's that it's not a solo journey. I had to learn to rely on others, rely on my family, rely on the medical community, the faith community, and rely on everyone here tonight as part of the relay community. Everything that you represent tonight as the relay community. So last Thursday, I was in prison, and I got out. Last Thursday night, my friend Charlie Bench is a guy that I met in Lino Lakes Prison a number of years ago, gave me a clue about what it takes to build a strong community, which is what we represent here tonight. Charlie said, if you're going to build something, you need a blueprint. And I wasn't going to argue about that. Charlie said, your blueprint is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 11 through 14. It's pretty simple. So here's our blueprint, and this version is taken from the New Living Translation. Verse 11. Verse 11, encourage each other, build each other up, just as you are already doing. So that sounds to me, that sounds like the Relay community. Encouraging, supportive, taking time to build each other up, just like you're already doing here tonight and doing outside this event. Verses 12 and 13, honor those who are leaders. They work hard among you and warn you against what is wrong. Think highly of them and give them your wholehearted love because of their work. That also sounds like the Relay community, especially caregivers and the medical community. I believe that you are honored. And if us survivors aren't showing you our wholehearted love, we're doing our best. We'll all try to do a better job saying thank you and mean it the next time you remind us to take our medication or put on sunscreen. Verse 14, encourage those who are timid, take tender care of those who are weak, and be patient with everyone. Again, that also sounds like the Relay community, encouraging, caring, and patient, a community accepting of everyone. So that's our blueprint. The verses do sound like the Relay community, and you know who you are. A strong community of caregivers, prayer warriors, medical professionals, and survivors. In this strong community, this community here tonight, we are not alone, not at all. Look around. Look around at all the people. This is our Relay community. Look at the person to your right and say, I want to celebrate. This is an action part, by the way. Look to the person to your right and say, I want to celebrate. Look to the person to your left and say, I want to fight back. All right. We are blessed to be here as survivors and doubly blessed and proud to be part of the Forest Lake community. So it's time to get out, celebrate, remember, and fight back. Thank you very much.